people that we can't see. Amy and Brandy, are you guys on?
Brandy's on.
I'm here. Jamie's here.
Okay, awesome. You guys just don't want us to see your faces? That's fine. It's fine. I'm just curious.
I have a sweet baby on my lap.
Oh, let me see. I have a
I
glass
don't
of
know
wine.
how to turn it on. Hold
Because
on.
I'm starting to shred in a few days, so I'm drinking this now.
So jealous. Dang it.
All
Hey,
right,
Dar.
looks like I'm going to have to talk on this thing, so I'm going to go to the bedroom because they're doing a meeting. I didn't know I was going to have to talk.
You don't have to talk.
Nobody has to talk.
Who's saying that? Christina? Christina, you don't have to talk.
Really?
Hold on, I'm coming. I have no idea how this works.
Hi, Amy.
You guys hear me?
Yes. Hey, anybody, not a, Christina, I think that was you. You don't have to talk.
Okay. I was hoping.
And everybody, and we can all mute ourselves, like whenever we get started, everybody can mute themselves so that we don't hear all the background noise for whoever is talking at that time. But so who I see Candy's on. Who else? And I see Jessica and Jamie and Brandy and Amy. There's 3 Brandys, actually. Who's the Samsung?
That might be me,
Who's me?
Christina.
No, I can see you, Christina.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
There's some, and you have your name on yours. Somebody doesn't have a name. Brandy C. Can't hear anything. Can you see that, AJ?
Yeah. Can't hear anything. Ew.
She might have.
I'm messaging her.
Hey, Liz. We're gonna give it like 1 more minute because I know this is a lot of people's first time. So I'm gonna give it another minute to let people come on here. Actually, who?
I'm looking at myself. What are you doing away, Mom?
Are you? Thank you. Is Brandy on now?
I don't know. I can't.
Can you
She
hear
can
me?
hear it. I think Brandy can
Brandy
hear it.
Cartwright, yes, we can
Yep.
hear you.
Okay, cool.
Are you on though? Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
I fixed my camera.
Okay, let me.
I can you just let me know when you want me to mute or not or whatever.
Okay, there you are, Brandy.
Hi. This is so fun.
It is, and I know some people are having some issues. Is Amber getting on, AJ?
I sent her the link. Yes.
Okay. Well, are you recording this?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so if we go ahead and start as people have, because I know people are going to have issues.
Okay.
But it is 9:04. So
Yep.
who's on this? Where'd Jamie Short go? There she is. Hold on. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and start then with who we've got here. And if people are having issues, which I have people texting me, and we'll try to get them added. But since it's most people's first time, that's fine, and we might have to they might have to listen to or watch the recording. So that is perfectly fine. But we're going to start. The first thing I want to start with is wrapping up conference, because that's the main reason we're here. Hi, Tracy. That's the main thing that we want to do first, is to wrap up conference and then fill you in on some really awesome things we have coming up. So the first thing, we had an amazing time at conference, and before I even get into it, I've asked some of the reps who were there with me if they all just want to share just a short, a couple minutes, or whatever, however long they want, a few minutes, their biggest takeaway from what they brought back from conference. So how about if, Jamie, you want to start? You want to tell us what your biggest takeaway from conference was?
Sure. I think my biggest takeaway from conference were mostly during the newly promoted NMDs. How many of those people said that somebody had reached out to them over and over and over, and they were so thankful that they did, because it changed their life. And it wasn't just in a financial aspect. It was it was their health, the ability to be available for their family, more financial freedom for their family. Almost every single newly promoted NMD had something like that to say during their speech. So it was just kind of a reminder to me that what we're doing is not really selling, it's sharing, and it really can change people's lives. So to kind of get over myself a little bit when I get a little nervous about reaching out to people, that, it could be a life-changing thing.
Right. Yes. That's awesome. And we heard that a lot, get over yourself, because a lot of times I think, especially as new reps, we think it's about us, and it's not, it's really not about us at all. We're just the messengers here. So I think that's awesome. Dar, do you want to share?
Sure. There were a couple things that I got out of it. One thing is that everyone has a story, and it's kind of like, what is your story? Or, once you get on Juice Plus, of course, everyone has different things that they've seen it help do. And basically, what is your story, and be willing to share your story. And also, another takeaway that I got is be willing to take it to the people and not just have them try and come to you. Because being a single parent, and like a lot of single parents, and we're busy, but it's not that we don't want to hear about, the product or whatever it is you have, because a lot of times we already have relationships with these people. It's just that finding the time to necessarily actually go and sit somewhere for an hour and a half when you have a family at home or whatever is kind of hard. So be willing to take it to the people, and be willing to really just share your heartfelt story.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Who else? Who wants to share? AJ, do you want to share?
Yes. I've been to, I'll just guess, 6 conferences. Every conference always has a keynote speaker. We had Shannon Miller this time. She was fantastic. She took Juice Plus when she was an Olympian, which was really cool. She got off the product, kind of got unhealthy, recently started taking it again, and she did a really good job. But we also had Dr. Elmore. There's some people who are really good at speaking in front of people. I was like, keep talking. I could talk to him for hours. He just really took a look at how you approach your business through your mind, and how you think about different things, and how if you've been doing these certain things, how if it's not working, then you need to tweak something. So you as a leader need to take a look at what you're doing through your business. If something's not working, look to your upline, look to sideline buddies, and there just has to be something that you can do to tweak it. It could be just the littlest thing, Some people don't embrace technology as much, maybe getting more into something social media wise that you're not very comfortable with, but it can really change your business. So tweaking it is really what I took from it. And I'll just share one more thing. I got my little notes here. He took The Wizard of Oz, which of course I thought was appropriate with us being Kansas, a lot of us. There's 3 people that are in the movie. You've got the witch, the wizard, and Dorothy. The witch was very manipulative into getting what she wanted. And then you had the wizard, who was very demanding. And then you had Dorothy. She was just an ordinary girl who would pull the strengths and whatnot out of the scarecrow. She would say, "You're not scared." And then the lion, you do have a heart or a tin man or whatever. She was a good leader, and she didn't even know it, because she would approach her team, is what we would say, and pull the good out of those people. So I think as leaders, it's how you can connect with your team, and how what would work for one person might not work for the other. So don't be manipulative or demanding, but maybe just listen to your team. So I just thought that was brilliant. It was so easy. There's a lot of other stuff that obviously went on conference that I just loved. Our team Shining Star organization took care of us. They always do. And if you can't ever make it to conference, I really want you to put it on your calendar, because it's definitely worth it. You see it through a whole different perspective. So.
Yes, awesome. Anissa, do you want to share? Can't hear you though. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Sorry.
There you go.
I'm new to this thing here. Technology, fun. I enjoyed listening to the stories of the people around me. I think that with having 6,000 people, 6,000 plus people at these conventions, sometimes just conversing with the people around you and listening to them talk about, I've been on it for 15 years. I sat next to a lady that has been selling for that long, and to know that people get on it and like it and stay on it. It's a long-term thing. It's not just a quick fix. And I think so many people that we try to sell to, or you try and approach, they think they're going to get skinny in a week or get skinny in a month. And it's not about that. It's about getting healthy and staying healthy. And it's changing your lifestyle. And that's our motto, of course, one simple change. And it's encouraging to see people get on it and stay on it.
Awesome. Absolutely. Jody, you want to go?
Sure. The one thing that I took away was, when Joy was talking about index cards, and a lot of us live in the digital world, meaning we put a lot of things on our phone, reminders, alarm clocks, all that kind of stuff, and it's good. But in order for your mind to really embrace what needs to be done, it needs to be taken out of your brain, and it needs to be taken out of the digital world and put physically on paper. And it's funny because I used to do this all the time when I was coaching. I had my planner, and my day would be planned out. I did it as a student, did it as a coach. And when I got really busy, I had to list everything time-wise. And well, that scared me, sorry. For whatever reason, I was only putting stuff in my phone. But when it's actually down on paper, I was making calendars, but to go from the digital world to actually putting it down on paper is a big difference. And one of the things Joy talked about is it doesn't have to be just your tasks for Juice Plus that go down on index cards. It can be everyday tasks, and it can be, a long-term task. And the joy that you can get from finishing a task and ripping up the index card and throwing it away, I've actually done that a couple times already, and I really felt accomplished. But it does give you some sort of high, I guess. I don't know. But because we live in the digital world so much, getting things down on the physical, whether it be in a planner or on the index cards, really makes your life in general become more efficient.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about some other things I took away from conference as well. But I would tell everybody right now, and you need to start telling your teams, our next conference is actually in St. Louis in October, which is amazing to have it that close. I think the last time it was that close, it was maybe Dallas 3 years ago. So the opportunity that we have to have a huge group in St. Louis, and St. Louis is going to be special for other reasons as well, which I'm getting ready to tell you about, but put it on your calendars now. I see you, Katie Simeon, just got on here. But put it on your calendars now. Seriously, St. Louis is going to be awesome. Okay. Some things I took away from conference that we are going to try to implement is what I'm going to talk about first. The first thing, which is not necessarily a new thing, but we're marketing it a new way and we're doing it a new way, which most of you saw me post something about the 10-day shred today. And I'm going to tell you, I made one post about it. You probably saw what it was. It was a very vague post, and I've had over 100 messages today. And a lot of it were from reps, were from some of you guys. And so I'm going to tell you what the 10-day shred is and how we are going to use it in our team. I'm starting April 1st, and I'd love to start a group April 1st. What it is Transform 30 to the max. Okay, Transform 30 is what we do. Dr. Mitra Ray developed that program. She is our upline. We're not straying from that, and we never will. It's an amazing program with amazing results. But we're taking it the 10-day shred, and it's Transform 30 to the max for 10 days. Because in Transform 30, obviously, we're doing the, eliminating gluten, eliminating dairy, 1 or 2 shakes a day, and Mitra suggests that we reduce alcohol, caffeine, not eating don't eat after 6 p.m., those things. And for the 10-day shred, we're doing it all, and we're doing it all for real. So no alcohol, no caffeine, not eating after 6 p.m., and I'd say for some people, and I'll tell, our customers this, if you're not home or you haven't eaten anything and you have to eat after 6 p.m., then make it a shake. But basically taking Transform 30 and doing it 100% all in for 10 days. And the results that they're getting are awesome, number one. And where we go from there is most people are going to continue it and do the Transform 30. But we're getting awesome results. People are getting awesome results. But what we're also doing is, because we're marketing it and calling it the 10-day shred, and we're really supporting people for those 10 days, that we're creating a lot of excitement, really a lot of excitement. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating at all. I had over 100 messages in about 4 hours. And so, the excitement that we can create, because people want to be told what to do. People want a program. People need help understanding what to do and how to get healthy. And that's what we're going to do. So in doing the 10-day shred, we will start a separate group. So we'll have a Facebook group that is a 10-day shred group. We're going to start a group the 1st and the 15th of every month. So people can start anytime, obviously, but if they want to be, start with the group, we're going to be promoting it and offering it that we're starting the 1st of every month, and we're starting another group the 15th of every month. How we do it. So I think you all know what the Transform 30 is. If you don't, then we can educate you more about that on another call. But if you're getting your own customers already, so people who are already taking Juice Plus and they already have Complete and they want to do the 10-day shred, then it's simple. You send them, and the guidelines will be posted in our group. We're going to get a Facebook group set up just for this, but you send them the guidelines. It's going to already be in the group. You add them to the group. We will support them together, all of us. Now, if you have somebody who is not a Juice Plus customer who wants to do the 10-day shred, what they need is the Complete. Capsules would be great, but for the 10-day shred, the first thing, the most important thing is getting the Complete to them. Okay, so how are you going to do that? They want to just do it for 10 days. You're promoting a 10-day shred, and then you're going to tell them that, they have to buy a month's worth or 4 months worth or whatever. But no, for the 10-day shred, and what I do and what you do might be different. I'm going to tell you a few ways to share it. What I will probably do, which I don't expect you all to do, is I will probably give people enough complete for 10 days. So like the single serves, if it's a friend of mine who would be like my personal customer who is not yet taking Juice Plus, does not have any complete, I will probably send them 10 days of single serves. Because I am a national marketing director and I should do that. Okay, I'm not telling you guys that's what you should do. That is one option. Now, if you can also, a second option is you could buy yourself, you could have stock of like the big bags. And so you yourself buy a bunch of big bags, and if they want to do the 10-day shred, you could just sell them one bag to get started. You know, that's going to get them most of the way through that. So you could just sell them one bag at a time if you stock it and then just give it to them and sell it to them that way. Or the third way, which would probably be the best way, obviously, is to just sell them, to just have them place one order of complete. And what that's going to do and how you share that with them, you know, one full order of complete is going to get them a month's worth if they're doing 2 shakes a day every day. And that's the big difference between Transform 30 and the 10-day shred. T30, we say 1 or 2 shakes a day. If you're doing the 10-day shred, you need to be doing 2 shakes a day. It's very important to be getting those extra nutrients in, especially when we're absolutely cutting, you know, for sure cutting those other things out to help eliminate and reduce your cravings and stabilize your blood sugar. It's really important to have 2 shakes. So if they place 1 order of complete, they're going to have enough shakes for 2 shakes a day for an entire month. Okay, so they're going to do the 10-day shred. Awesome. You know, yes, you need this. You're going to do the 10-day shred after that for the next 20 days to get you through the month. You know, you'll probably want to continue doing 2 shakes a day and the rest of those things. The caffeine, you know, the alcohol, those other things. If you want to bring those back in a little bit, you can for the, you know, finishing out the month on the Transform 30. But I really recommend getting them started with that. And then throughout the whole thing, I'm sorry, I'm getting blown up here. People are having trouble getting on. Throughout the whole thing, those 10 days, I will be sending, and we'll post it in our group, but you as the representative also, you know, send them information about the capsules, share the Bridging the Gap video, which is what I'll be doing, you know, through the Facebook page. And so that when their 10 days are up and they wonder, what do I do now? Because everybody wants to know what they do now. You know, they'll have the education already about the capsules, and they already have the complete, and they know they love it. So they're going to have those things. And now they'll probably just continue doing the regular Transform 30 and going from there with that. But that is, in a nutshell, what the 10-day shred is, and you know how I will be promoting it and how we as a team will be promoting it. And we will have that group created by tomorrow. And so as you add customers and as you get people who want to do that, don't add them to that group unless they are going to do the 10-day shred. If they're going to do the 10-day shred, for sure, add them to that group. And if you want to be in it, then let us know so we can make sure we put you in it. But does anybody, you can unmute yourself if you have questions about that right now before I go on to something else. Does that make sense, or is it confusing? Do you have questions about how that's going to work? Anybody? We're good? Okay. Well, we will get that group created and get it going. Now, second thing, I'm looking to see who's on here. Actually, most of the people who are on here actually do live in Kansas. So please put this on your calendars. I want you to come to my house on Saturday, April 2nd, next Saturday. And this is a really big thing. Okay, the corporate office has reached out to me and has reached out to our team because they want to come see what we are doing. So they have asked to come and meet with our team. And so Jason LaChance is our regional sales director. He works for corporate, and he is going to come to my house and meet with us and all of our other reps that can make it. And so that's going to be Saturday, April 2nd. He's going to be here around 11. And I mean, we're going to do as much or as little as you want that day, but while he'll probably be here for about 2 hours. And it's going to be very casual, obviously, because it's at my house. You can ask him questions. He's going to talk a little bit, and then you can ask him questions. And then after he leaves, I have some other fun things that we can do. Or you can just go shopping if you want. Some of you live in Caney, and you might want to do something when you come to Lawrence. But it's going to be fun here. Trust me, I'm finally going to have my house together. So please put it on your calendars. It's next Saturday, and we have an event created on Facebook for that you'll all get an invite to as well. But it's just going to be a really fun time, and it's really it's a special opportunity for them to reach out to us and want to meet with us. And so I really want to have a good showing, and I'd love to get a huge group here to meet Jason, and so that they can actually see what we're all about. So put that on your calendars. Okay, the third thing. Now this is the biggest thing that came out of conference for our team. And it is a challenge that we, as our team together, actually made this challenge to another team. So, and I can see everybody who was there smiling, and this is for real. And we've been talking a lot of smack about it. So we're going to have to really get together to back this up. But we have challenged Amy Meyer, okay, and some of you know who she is, some of you do not. Amy Meyer, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about them, but her team to some things between now and the next conference in St. Louis. And I'm not going to get into all the details of this because we're actually going to have a Zoom call, a kickoff next Monday night with their team, where we're going to talk about all the details, and Amy and I are going to go through everything that's going to happen. So I'm not going to keep you on here a long time telling you things you're going to hear again on Monday. But here's what it is, guys. It's going to be really cool. Okay, it's a win-win-win. First of all, it's a win because and when I say we, I mean us and her team. Her team is Team Trigger. So Team Together and Team Trigger are going to help a lot of people get healthy. And that's the first thing that we're focused on here. So it's a big win in that area because we're going to help a lot of people doing this. The second thing, it's a big win for you building your business because we're going to create momentum and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it, but it's going to really help you build your business. So it's a win-win there. And then the third win is that really we're going to have a lot of fun. And throughout this, my goal for us is to really build team chemistry, okay, with the people who are on here tonight and those who are going to listen in later or get on, another time. But everybody really build team chemistry for our team. So what's happening is we are challenging their team on monthly challenges, okay? It's going to start in the month of April. And in the month of April, I'm not going to tell you, there's a point system. Everything's going to count, like as in new customers, new reps, things like that. And we're going to have a focus each month, and it's on a point system. And in St. Louis, what's going to happen is we're having I think it's a party bus. We're getting a party bus with their team in St. Louis, but whoever loses has to pay for this party bus. I don't want to pay for the party bus, so we will win this challenge. It's going to be so fun no matter what, but I don't want to pay for it. And let me tell you, because I'm not going to tell you about these girls on the call because I don't want to fill their heads too full. But Amy Meyer is, she's a national marketing director, so it's her team. She's a national marketing director. We hit NMD at the same time. We hit 24 Club at the same time. And she's really my best friend sideline in this business. And her team, Amy is a major in the Air Force. She's currently on active duty orders at the Pentagon. She's in DC right now. She's working on some super special secret thing with the Pentagon. And her husband's also a major in the Air Force. They have 3 young kids. They've moved 6 times in the last 5 years. It's just crazy. But so she's an unbelievable person. Her whole team, most of her entire team are military spouses. Most of them are Air Force wives who have moved 5 times in the last 6 years, and they're all over the place. But they're amazing people. And one of the biggest things, we're calling this the St. Louis Slam Down, by the way, our challenge with them, because we're ending it in St. Louis. But one of the biggest things that I want to get out of this is for you guys to get to know them, and for us to mesh with them as a team, to see their team chemistry, and for them to look to us and for us to look to them for ideas. Really, it's going to be, about that, but it's also about us winning. So we're going to have to buckle down and figure out how to do this together. But we will do. I'm going to share. AJ, do you or Jody, one of you might have it written down. I think it's next Monday, so that you can put it on your calendar right now. Is it at 8 o'clock Central Time? Because they are all over the place, from Alaska to Florida. They're all over the place. But we're doing it at 8 o'clock Central Time next Monday. And I know that might be harder for some of you, but even if you've got kids, we don't care if kids are on. We love kids. Hi, Aiden. I see you right now. So seriously, even if your kids are in the background and around, that's perfectly fine. It's going to be a short call that we're really just going to introduce them, their team to our team, and kind of cover what our goal is for the month of April and what the challenge is for the month of April. So I hope you all can get on Monday night at 8 o'clock. But when you hear us talking now about the St. Louis Slam Down, that's what we're talking about. And it's going to be just a really, really awesome for all of us. So are there any questions about that? I know I'm not going into detail because I'm going to on Monday, but any questions about their team or anything like that before we move to the next thing? No, we're good. Okay. Some other things from leaving conference that I realized I need to be better at and I need to do better as a leader. I am going to start doing new rep Zoom training calls. So, and I'm going to do it twice a month. And I don't know, I haven't set the day yet for which day of the week it's going to be, but twice a month we're going to do calls like this. And I know this is most of your first time to be on Zoom, but you can actually, as the host, we could push everybody's faces off to the side and share a screen. And AJ can probably do that right now. I think she's the only one logged in as the host, but you can actually screen share and pull up. So in training new reps, you can screen share and you can pull up your virtual office and you can show you can show them the marketing plan. You can show them what they need to get to 2,000 plus, but you can also pull up your virtual office and show them how to place an order, how to add a new rep, all the things that we need to know. So Zoom is incredibly valuable for us, and we're not using it enough. And as the leader, I promise I'm going to start, especially in training new reps. So I'm going to do a new rep training call twice a month at least. And I'm probably, actually, with all the excitement that we have about this 10-day shred in one day, I'm probably going to do like a prospect call often as well. So those things are coming, and I'll be talking about them, on our Facebook group. But as leaders, make sure your teams know, when all these things are going on. Okay, a couple more things, and I promised I would keep this less than 45 minutes. So I think we'll do that. They did announce, which they've been talking about at National Marketing Director meetings for like 2 years, but they finally announced it from the main stage this conference, that there is a new product coming out, and it's the Juice Plus Omega Blend, which is awesome because it's the one thing that's missing from what we have. And whenever it comes out, they'll have videos and all the information but it is going to be, they've spent years working on it. So trust me, it's going to be good. We won't put anything out until it's ready, but it's all plant-based. It's all the omegas. It's cold pressed, and it's going to actually be the encapsulation process. We are the first people ever to use this. It's brand new technology. So that is supposed to be available, I think they said for national marketing directors like the end of April to try, and then after that, it'll be on the market. It'll be available for us to start promoting and sharing, which is awesome because I don't know about you guys, but I have people all the time that ask me about omegas all the time. And I don't really like fish oil, and we use flax seeds a lot, but I don't ever have a good answer for them because there's nothing that I have found that I'm in love with. So I'm really excited about this. And that's coming out soon. Okay, also one more thing I want you to think about, put on your calendars if possible. There are a lot of things, but April 16th, and AJ, you can say stop if I'm wrong, April 16th in Overland Park. So for anyone who, maybe not the Texas people, but everybody else, April 16th in Overland Park is an image seminar. And let me just say a few things about this because I know you've seen it posted all over the place. Mitra, Joy, Jake, whatever, everybody, actually not them, not just them, Jamie Kinsey, Brandy Foss, everybody who has spoken from the main stage, honestly, in the past 3 conferences has probably been image people. And what it is, in a very fast nutshell, is personal growth, but it is your brain, how your brain works, your subconscious brain, your subconscious mind, and changing your subconscious mind through affirmations. And I'll tell you, it's definitely not roses and butterflies. It's very much open your eyes and, learn here. But this has helped me in way more than my Juice Plus business. It is how it helps me in how I talk to my kids. It helps me in how I look at my everyday life. And if you guys, and some of you, AJ, you've been to more than I have. If you want to unmute and say anything about it, but if anybody wants to talk specifically about it before they sign up for it, then message me or call me, please. But April 16th, it's going to be in Overland Park, and I promise you, it's worth giving it, 3 tries. Becca, I don't know. AJ's probably been to the most. So do you want to say anything, AJ?
Yeah. I've been to 6. The one that was tied to Nashville last conference or whatever, it was really big. So I've been to really big ones and I've been to really small ones. The bigger ones, you just kind of have to sit back and kind of take it all in. The smaller ones, like what will be in OP on the 16th, you get a lot more out of. You might actually get to talk to Bob, who puts it on, and he might really dive into your business or to you as a person. I use this, like Ali was saying, as a parent, as a wife, as just being a better person. It's probably the most inexpensive therapy you can ask for, because when you start thinking about just your business itself, you start thinking about your other stuff going on in your life. And, we all have dark places or dark stuff we are dealing with, and it's really helpful. And I'll never miss an image seminar. That's with it. I've traveled a lot to get to them, and I won't miss them if they're within that realm. So you got to get past probably the first 2 or 3 to really see a benefit. But after that, you kind of get hooked for sure. So that's it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's really one of those things that you have to be at to see. But I have seen enough now that I'm finally actually doing the work. It changes how I look at every day, honestly, and how I really, truly, how I parent and how I am as a wife and everything. But it is a mindset thing, and so I really encourage you to think about it. And let me know if you have more questions. But April 16th is the next one in Overland Park, and I'd love to have a big group of us there, and make it a fun thing. Does anybody have any? I've got a few more things I want to say before I wrap it up, but does anybody have any specific questions? I got a lot of messages today, a lot. Most of it was about the 10-day shred, but does anybody have any questions, or anybody want to add anything else about conference? I'm going to tell you a few things that I really took from conference, but are there any questions, or anybody just want to say anything before I wrap it up? No? Got a lot of non-talkers. It's okay, you'll get warmed up to this. Okay, so for me, I don't know what number of conference this was. It's been, about 8 years now, so I've been to a lot. And they're all just as amazing as the next or the last, and they get even better. But at the point I am in my business now, what gets me I obviously, it has always been my passion to help people get healthy, but the point I am in my business now, and the people that I have seen succeed, and the people that I spend time with and that I talk to now, and my mentors, and the lifestyle that we're able to create through Juice Plus. I spent 2 days at the 39 Club retreat, which I'm not a 39 Club member, but I hit 24 Club within a year of hitting NMD, so I got the invite, which is awesome. So, my business is nowhere compared to most of these people. And what I see them doing is being so incredibly passionate about helping people get to where they are, number one, helping people take their own life into their own hands, having control of your life, because financially you can, and with the time freedom that you have. So passionate about that, but even just as passionate about whatever calling they feel God has called them to, and they're able to do whatever they want with that. Every person there, I swear, has some major impact in our society. I mean, from Catherine Lee, who has started a ranch in Texas, against fighting sex trafficking, to Sean and Jennifer Myers, who are, working really closely with the inner city Denver kids and, this program. But all of those people, they are now at this point that they are so passionate, because the more money they make, the more money they can give back. And it's just a group of amazing, amazing, kind-hearted people that it's fun to be around. And I really loved my time there, but I really don't want to go there again without some of you guys. This lifestyle and helping people all in one is too good not to share. And Jamie was the first person that spoke here, and she said the best thing, which was, she learned she needs to get over herself, because it's not, and we all, and if you come, whenever you all are there in St. Louis, you're going to hear it too. Everybody starts out with this fear of not wanting to sell something, maybe, or not wanting people to think you're trying to sell something, but that is not what we're doing, guys. If you could hear the thousands of lives that are being changed because they're getting healthy, and the thousands of lives that are changed because they're getting financial freedom and financial stability and time freedom and their life back and their ability to spend time with their family, then that's what it's all about. And so that's why, if you have to share it with somebody 6 times before they finally get it, because it took me a few months before I finally got it. And I'm so thankful that Joy didn't give up calling me. Then that's what you do if it's people that you really care about. So I'm going to leave you all with that to think about, and I am going to ask everyone who is a sales coordinator or above to hang out for a few minutes. I want to talk about a few things, how we're going to put together these groups and delegate some responsibilities. But everybody else, thank you so much for getting on. Look for and some of you are brand new, so I will be doing the new distributor trainings, or even if you're not brand new and you need to see that stuff, then I'll be doing that very soon. And we'll be creating the 10-day shred group. So if you want to get ready to do it yourself and ask some of your friends to join you, just make a simple post like I did. Say, who wants to join me? I'm going to do a 10-day shred starting April 1st. I'd love some friends to do it with me. We have a private group. And as a group, us as Team Together, we will support those people. And so let's get that started. And then Monday night, put it on your calendars, make sure that your team is there. That's the first thing we need to win. We need to have more people on that call than they do. And we're going to, really kick this thing off and heading into April stronger than ever. So thank you all for getting on. And I'll say good night to a lot of you, and those of you who I've asked to stay or who are sales coordinators or above, stay on for just a couple minutes so I can talk about just a few more things. And you can unmute yourself to say good night.
Night. Thanks.
Bye, Brandy.
Bye. Bye. Night, guys.
No.
Voice.
Who's talking?
Who's talking?
I don't know. It sounds like.
I think somebody's got a CB.
Yeah.
Okay.
I took that same post after you posted it. I typed something up similar to it and shared it. I've got so many people underneath asking questions. I'm like, details to come.
Yes, awesome. Create curiosity. That is awesome. Yeah, so we're gonna get the 10-day shred group, and it's just gonna be a new group. So we'll be starting from scratch. So make sure if you want in the group, I guess I can create the group tonight, and we will kind of mess with it over the next 2 days, and then we can start adding people. But like tonight and tomorrow, I'll create the event and invite guys, and we can edit it and add things and look at that, and then we can start inviting people from there. Does it make sense? I mean, I know maybe nobody wanted to talk on that call, but do you get it? You understand what we're doing?
And go ahead, Nice, go.
So if anybody that's interested, we invite them to that page, and then if they decide they don't want to be a part of it, then they can just back out, or what?
I think.
Or do you want it to be committed before we add it?
And do it. Once they commit to it, you add them to the page.
Okay, so you want them to commit first.
Mm-hmm. And yes, and
So
what they're doing.
Then that means we have to explain it all to him before that fact.
What I did today, just like I had a lot of people message me, what is this 10-day shred? A lot of them were current customers that already had complete, so that's easy. Okay, editing people. What? Sorry.
And if they're current customers, then they can just look at the Transform 30 guide anyway.
Right.
If they're wanting to know what it is. Just say we're doing T30 100%.
And that's exactly what I say. I just say we're definitely giving up the caffeine. We're giving up the alcohol, no processed foods, anything. It's fruits, vegetables, and your shakes. That's basically it. As Allie's taking a drink, I love it. In your NMD glass, of course.
I can't believe nobody else had any wine tonight. Are you guys hiding it?
I'm starting my shred. I need to give up alcohol after conference. My God.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you do. If anybody else was there.
I was very good. Stop it. I was up every day. Thank you.
Oh,
But that's what I do is I just tell them exactly what it is. And I said, you need some complete, some that are my good friends. I'm going to send them some. But others, I'll encourage them either to buy a bag of what I got, or I've got a girl who's she's already asked about the complete, but she sounds like she's going to ask about the capsule. So she'll probably be all in T30 right away. So just depends.
And Anissa, you can just type up one message, or actually, I can type it up. Let me put that on my list too.
Oh, I like it when you type things up and I can copy it. That's awesome.
That was pretty
Or
fun.
when I just text for you from your phone.
There you go. That works too.
So I can type something up that is very general, that just says, this is what it is. This is what the 10-day shred consists of. And I can send that. Actually, I can probably even post it in our distributor page, but so that anybody can use it as a message. And then you can make it more personal, depending on who you're sending it to. But I will type that up so that everybody has kind of a baseline of this is what it is. And so anybody who asks, you can just copy and paste. This is what it is. If you want to do it, let me know. I'll add you to the group. You need to,
So you think that we should take and send that to them as a personal message? That way not everybody else sees it, so then other people will still be asking questions.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, you can post it, but then if they ask questions, say I'll send you a message.
So how often should you refresh the 10-day shred? Like every other day, once a week?
You mean
like for people to see it, to make sure?
How often should you post about it?
Yeah.
Every day.
Okay.
Especially once you start.
Yes.
Now maybe every other day, but once you start, day 1, how you feel. Day 3, I'm feeling good or I'm feeling bad. Some people are going to go through massive detox and probably feel bad on day 2 and 3. But I think once you're in it, then you need to post about it every day. And I'm going to be posting like in the group, like where we're at, on day 3, and then we're going to be sharing recipes and things like that. And you can copy anything I post and share it on your page too. But so I've got those 2 things on my list. I'll make a 10-day shred group, and I'll type up a message that's kind of a general message that you can just share.
Are you writing it down on paper?
Mm-hmm. That's what I just did.
It's a notebook-sized paper that you can.
Where's your note card?
I'm telling y'all, the joy ripping up that note card is,
I know, Jody. I got my note cards out of the drawer today.
I need to get more. I need like a huge stack. I got a lot.
Get a file cabinet for him.
That's what Darshita did. Darshita came to my house yesterday, and she had a big old stack of note cards.
Good. It's fantastic.
Okay, yeah, speaking of note cards, and here's the other thing. You guys tell me if this would help you or if this is something you're interested in. As we go into this challenge with Team Trigger.
Nice, Jody.
We need we need to beat them. Okay, it's gonna be fun, but we're gonna win. So as we go into this challenge with them, would it help you guys if, like, Jody and I have talked, and Jody likes a calendar. Jody likes to see things, and she likes to be like have a list of things to do. And she sent me, and we can send it on like tasks, like however many phone calls you need to, as a goal, reach out to this many people today. Just a lot of people, I think, get stuck not knowing where to go or where to start. Would it help you? And it would, we can send it to everybody on our team. I can post it on the page, but do you guys like that? Would you like a calendar with tasks of things to try to get accomplished throughout the day or throughout the week? Or what are your thoughts?
Yes, I love that idea.
Yeah, I think it's good. Even if you do get like busy doing other things, or you have a low. Oh, let me go back to my sheet. I could look up something to do there. So I like that for sure. It's accountability.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Especially for some of our new people who really don't know how to start this.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Because the ones that I did send Allie, we're all at different places in our business. So it's just kind of a baseline to give people ideas, and you clearly don't have to that's just like a minimum that you would want to do. You can obviously do more. But something I just thought of, Allie, is there a way that we'll be able to give our team like kind of updates on how well we're doing throughout the month?
Yeah. Amy and I will talk a lot, and we'll kind of compare where we are. And yes, we will. I mean, this is going to be like constant communication with everybody, and I will definitely be keeping everybody informed. But yeah, we will do that. So, how about AJ and Jody?
Mm-hmm.
And Jody already sent me a list. Work on the calendar. Get a calendar. We can have a calendar on the front and a list on the back, or however we want to do it, and work on it and share it with me, and then we can send it to everybody.
All right. You got that, Chubb?
Got it.
Yeah, I did.
I also would like to do like a leadership like this group, as I don't know, and we could make it a whole distributor call. You know, I'm going to do the new rep Zoom calls, but do you think everybody would like to do like a monthly call? Well, maybe especially now that we're doing this challenge, we're probably going to do a monthly one with Team Trigger. Or maybe we should do one on our own. What are your thoughts? I'm just throwing things out there. Somebody talk to me.
I think the calls help us to be accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're checking in with each other, at least, more often, obviously, it's going to help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just sharing ideas too. Sometimes I think that the idea sharing and bouncing things off of each other, and I did this instead of that. We're not in this alone. I think we need to really be communicating with everybody as much as possible.
I think so too, because getting new ideas from somebody else definitely helps. I mean, it may be something so simple, but that doesn't mean that everybody had already thought about it.
Right, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna just look at a calendar and say like I'm doing the new rep training calls on like first Monday and the third Thursday or something, and then when we can do our whole team call and maybe even just do a leadership call. So I'm just gonna look at a calendar and set those up. Set some of those things up, and then we'll get them started. The last thing here, I know it's almost 10, so the last thing here I wanted to just shoot at you guys is St. Louis. St. Louis is going to be huge, and the city of St. Louis is not huge compared to some cities we go to. The rooming situations, I don't know. I mean, hotels are already crazy. So I am going to tell you all, we are all close enough that we all need to be there, and we all need to take our teams with us, because this is the time for us right now. Really, truly building for this is the time, and getting everybody to St. Louis. And if you haven't been to a conference, you can't even understand it until you go. But really getting people to St. Louis. So I'm going to just say, and we can talk about this, but in my opinion, I think that everyone who is, if you're a sales coordinator, then you need to make sure that you take care of your team. You need to get your team there, and you need to figure out where you're going to stay. We're getting too big. We can't, a couple of you might want to get together and say, hey, our team is going to, let's rent this condo together with our team. But I think St. Louis is going to be huge for us, and there's going to be way too many reps for us, for everybody to try to stay together. So we can all talk about staying in the same vicinity, and obviously we're going to be on the party bus together and doing everything else together. But
we don't pay for. Let's just back it up. We do not
party bus
pay for.
You mean you don't want to be calm to chauffeur us around?
He can drive.
We might need that. He would have fun if he was a driver.
Tom could drive the party bus.
He drove too much. He gets the night off, okay? He gets to enjoy the night. You tell him I said that. He's going to say, oh, AJ's got my back.
He's got to stay in school. I'm leaving him home next time.
No.
I'm getting Amber to go. Amber's leaving home and going with me.
Good. That's good.
She's not
Yes,
talking.
sir.
Did she get off here? There. Come on, Amber. Oh, she got a thumb up.
So you guys, Jody, did you take a picture of us?
I took 5.
Send it to me. Okay, send it to me.
Of this one or like
anyway,
of the I
think-
took one of all the big group and everything.
Okay, great. And we can tag Team Trigger in it.
AJ, she said her hashtag was just Team Trigger, right?
Their hashtag, yeah. But anyway, guys, St. Louis, and we kind of need to start looking now. So, or talking, at least thinking about it and talking to people, but really seriously, get your people, rally your people, and take your teams, and we can figure out. Try to, as a sales coordinator, try to take care of your group. But anyway, it's 10. So, you guys have any other fun things we want to talk about? But I don't know. Somebody say something about, seriously, this competition is for real. They're talking a lot of shit. Yeah.
Those of you who are
I know all of you well enough to I'm incredibly competitive. That, we're gonna, Audrey, don't roll your eyes because you are.
I'm just laughing. I'm the same way. I'm right with you.
Good.
Audrey's with us, guys. So the first, but Monday night. So really try to get everybody on your team on the call Monday night. And Amy and I are just going to kind of go through. It's not going to be all shit talking. I mean, I'm really serious about wanting us to mesh with their team because it's just great. It's great to have them and for them to have us as support. But Monday night, Amy's going to create the event, so we'll get it sent to you.
Question you need to ask Amy is, like, tonight we had 38 people on, and through my membership it's 50. So just check with her if that would be okay, because obviously we'll have more than 50 people on. So
right. Okay, I will. Anything else?
I think I need to think about Zoom again. I think I might get a little more pretty for my next Zoom call.
Well, I would normally be in my pajamas right now, but
her hair is perfect. Allie's drinking wine with her cute little braid.
I just got done with a meeting tonight. We had our sports banquet.
This hair is always perfect. That's what she does.
I just got home from a sports banquet. I couldn't help it.
Hey, I ran and showered and sat down at the computer.
And your hair still looks better than mine when I do it.
Yeah, I dried it so I wouldn't look like a drowned rat, but no makeup on.
SmackDown, right?
What?
St. Louis SmackDown?
Slam.
St. Louis Slam Down.
I created the group. Allie, let's talk about some verbiage that we want to put in there.
Well, for the group, for the St. Louis Slam Down, you and I can talk about that.
Okay.
We can let everybody else go to bed if they're done.
Yeah. I should go to bed. My son's still awake downstairs with his father. This is ridiculous.
Well, that's his father's problem.
I'm not putting him to bed.
Okay, so we're gonna be in a lot of communication here, and anybody who wants to be in like the Voxer chat, like some of you have like a leadership Voxer chat that we can add anybody to who wants to be in it. So let me know if you want to be in it, and just keep your teams in the loop as to what's going on. But we'll get this stuff done and get it out to you, and we'll talk to you all on Zoom on Monday night. And I'll let you know, obviously, all the other stuff that's happening before then.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Good night. Love seeing your faces.
All right.